Cup. Fuck. Shit. That was a cigarette. Asshole. Ooh, look. More garbage. God, it's been so long since I've been able to get out and ride, because it's been so hot. You know, it's 21 degrees right now. Granted, it's 6 in the morning, but you know, whatever. Oh man, it's been so long. Oh, I miss riding my bike. I miss it so much. You know, it's like when you have the opportunity to ride your bike every day, and like you don't have to ride it, it actually gets annoying to ride it. You know, it's like I don't want to ride it. It's fucking a pain in the ass, and it hurts, and getting on the gear is just, man, it's so annoying. And but then it gets hot outside, or it gets cold outside, and then suddenly it's like, wow, I really should have taken the opportunity to go out and ride and do everything I wanted to on my bike. And oh man, it just, when you can't do something for a long time that you literally enjoy, and then you're able to do it again, it feels so good. It makes you just, it just makes you fly inside, you know. And I think my last video I came out to Red Rock, but you know, I don't know, it's been so long. It's been like 4 months since I've uploaded a moto vlog video, because I've uploaded a ton of gaming videos, and I know that's not everybody's cup of tea. And so I wanted to take the opportunity, and I got on my bike like a month or so ago and all that stuff, and you know, it wasn't a good vlog. Man, my bike does not like the high revs right now. It smells like it's burning oil. That's not good. I mean, if it blows up, right? But you know, I love my bike. I really, really do. But when, you know, if an engine chucks a rod, there's really not much you can do about it, especially if you like take it to the dealer and get its standard maintenance done and all that, and it's all warranted. You know, if it chucks a rod, it chucks a rod. But yeah, there's not much you can do if and when it does. So, or like if something happens, you know, you just I mean, I could probably go and buy some oil, check the oil, check the dipstick. I don't think I have a dipstick, actually. I don't know. I'll get off and look. But, yeah. I'm actually not sure where to put the oil in on this bike. Unless it's on this side. No, it's not on that side either. Huh. I'm really going to have to look. Because I have no idea. See what happens though. It's probably gonna get really cold in the shade, and I think my tires have lost a little air over time. But ooh, it does not smell good out here. That's actually a little bit softer than last time. Yeah, my tires must I don't know what to put my tires up actually. If I need to add air to them, I have no idea what they go to or what they should be at. I know so little about maintaining this bike because all the computers and crap. You know, like even if I wanted to, the computers would be like, hey, guess what? You need to do an oil change. And it would flash brightly across the screen every time I started it up. And it's just, you know, taking care, so like, and it's just, it wouldn't be hard to maintain this bike in my garage, but because I don't want to see that, hey, you need an oil change, I'll just take it to a dealer so that, you know, they handle that for me. But yeah, it feels so good to be out here. It feels so good, because like getting ready to ride the bike, I don't know what the speed limit is. I think it's 50. But just getting ready to ride the bike, it's so hot because my pants are Kevlar lined, and Kevlar just doesn't breathe at all. So walking around with Kevlar at something that's not a I don't know. Sorry, that it just doesn't breathe at like 2 miles an hour of walking. It gets really hot really quick. So it's an absolute nightmare to get ready for a bike ride. But once you're on the bike ride, oh, it feels so good. And, oh man, it dropped to 19 degrees. Yeah, it's good outside right now. It feels really good. But yeah, getting ready to get on the bike and getting off the bike are just some of the worst times of my life, just because it gets so hot so quick. It's like walking into an oven every time you come to a stop, or every time you get off the bike. And you're off the bike long enough that the heat actually the heat that your body generates is enough to actually cause you to sweat. I sweat really easily. It's kind of strange, and you know, maybe that's TMI, but I sweat really easily. Like just holding on to the steering wheel of my mom's car, because I don't have a car or a running vehicle right now. So she's letting me borrow her car. You know, just holding the steering wheel is it makes my hands sweat so much, even with air conditioning pointed right at my hands, right at the outside of my hands. The inside of my hands just sweat so much. And dude, this guy's on my ass. Fuck, the speed limit's 50, not 60, jackass. Anyway, but yeah, just, you know, anyway, the main topic that I wanted to talk about today is car manufacturers. You know, everybody on the internet just loves to hate on every single automotive market ever. You know, American guys love to hate on the imports, and import guys love to hate on the since I'm in America, domestic market, you know. And the simple fact of the matter is that if these is everything that, like, if something goes wrong with any car at any time, you know, one of the haters on either side is just gonna jump on it like it's like every single car engine has this problem, or like all of their cars line up, you know. And they'll be like, and I keep seeing this, you know, I've had, you know, 20-30 Jeeps or 20-30 Hondas, or like they have so many cars in their lifetime. It's like, dude, how do you accumulate these vehicles? How do you have so many vehicles throughout your life? I've had, let's see, that I have personally owned and driven, I've had 2 cars. I've had an Acura and I've had a GMC, and that's it. And I'm 21 years old. I've only had 2 of them. Yeah, the keyboard warriors are like they can't be much older than me. And they're just like, I've had 20 or 30 of them, and each one is just absolute garbage, or blah, 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 blah. And the one thing that people never notice is the year and model of the vehicles. Like, I was looking up a Jeep, because I'm in the market for a new vehicle. So I was looking up, you know, Jeep reviews and Subaru reviews and all of these reviews of all these different cars that you know, I was like, oh, I'll put half down and, you know, finance the rest of it. You know, they weren't expensive cars, you know, 20, 25 grand. So, you know, anyway. And everybody had always something to pick apart on, and especially the Jeep video. You know, and I noticed a common thing that no one else noticed was from 2007 to 2011, the Jeeps tended to chuck the rods every 60,000 miles. or the transmission blew every, I think, 50,000 miles or something like that. And no one seemed to notice this, and everybody was all like, well, my Jeep from 97 or my Jeep from 2012 or 2013, you know, they always, everybody who has a year that is not between 07 and 11 doesn't have this problem. But everybody that had it from 07 to 11 had this problem. And it blows my mind that no one notices the year of these makes of these cars. And every time somebody says there's a problem and somebody agrees with them, it's always the same model year or within, you know, 2 or 3 years of this model year when it was brand new, or it's like the brand new drivetrain or something. And it blows my mind that no one notices the year. And, you know, I'm looking up Subaru, and even my friend and I just absolutely love Subarus. We're diehard Subaru fans. He's like, I want to wait for the STI to get a new engine. And I'm like, why? And he's like, well, because it has all these problems. And I'm like, well, what problems? He's like, well, ringland failures. And I'm like, all right. So I look up ringland failures, and it's literally not the car's fault. You know, engines don't blow up by themselves. Engines don't blow up engines. People blow up engines, as I like to say. And, you know, I'm looking it up, and, you know, the problem is if you load the STI, the WRX STI's engine up below, you know, 35 grand, you know, in the rev range, like right now, if I'm at 3,500. If I loaded it with boost below that on the STI, it would destroy the ringlands on the pistons. And you know, people just get in their cars and go these days. You know, they don't wait for the engines to warm up. And I have a habit of doing that with this bike, because sitting still, by the time I get on the bike, I'm sweating, I'm dying. I've been in my gear for 10 minutes, and it's just the worst thing on the planet. So I just get on and go. But then again, my bike lowers the rev limit from, you know, until it's up to operating temperature, you know, 100, not 120 degrees, you know, 40, 50 degrees Celsius. You know, I can't go below, above 8 grand, because the maker, Ducati, when they did the testing, they noticed that if the bike engine went above 8 grand before it was at operating temp, it would blow the engine or something like that. So it actually lowers the rev limit at 8 grand until it's up to temp, and as it gains temp, you know, it'll go 8, 8.5, 9, 9.5, 10, 10.5. And right now, I think the rev limit's like 11, 11.5 maybe. And, you know, so with the WRX engine, if you don't let it warm up and you put the engine under load, under boost, you know, at certain RPM ranges, and you don't use top fuel. And that's another thing, is people buy these sports cars and sports bikes, and they don't put the best fuel in, and it just absolutely destroys the engine. And when you get a sports car, or you get a bike, or you get something that is a high performance machine, you need to put supreme gas, or the top grade gas that you can get in your area. Not E85, unless your bike is not your bike. Unless, well, some bikes might be flex fuel. Like, unless your car and bike are specifically made to have multiple tunes for E85 and all that stuff. You know, you can't put because E85's octane rating is like 110 or something like that. It's fucking ridiculous. But yeah, you know, they do all these things that just it's not good for the engine, and then they blame the car for blowing up, you know. And it's like, if these problems were with every engine, and everybody was having these ringland failures with every engine, no matter what, you know, Subaru is known for its reliability. Subaru wouldn't put these engines in their cars. God damn, I'm blind. And, you know, like, with all these problems with automakers and all this stuff, is if these problems, that everyone had these problems, these cars legally could not be made. And it's just, you gotta realize that. So, yeah, I guess that's my 2 cents on the thing. You know, just because something happens to one of the cars doesn't mean it's always going to happen. And you got to take care of your car the way it's meant to be maintained. God damn, I'm blind. I'm just staring at the road. I can't see anything in front of me. But, you know, like, if you get a high-performance car, you got to take care of it like it's meant to be maintained, or it's going to blow up. Like, with this bike, I got to maintain it as best as I possibly can. I got to put the best fuel in it. I got to put the exact specific oil in it. I got to do all this stuff to maintain it, to make sure that it runs more than 30,000 miles. You know, I ran into a comment on, I think it was Spicy 110's video. And it's like every 12,000 miles, because I think he was changing one of his girlfriend's motorcycle tires. He's like, man, this tire's been on here for 12,000 miles. The comment was like, every 12,000 miles, I'd need a new motor. And it's like, what? I have never heard of any motorcycle engine or car engine blowing up at 12,000 miles. It's like, if you don't take care of your engine, you don't take care of your vehicle, it's going to die. It's as simple as that. So you just, you know, and sooner or later, even with maintenance, it's gonna die. Like with my mom's Forester, we ran into the one thing that no one does, is on the cap, because it was a 2004. On the cap it said 5W30 oil. Well, since the beginning of time, because we got it brand new, since we got it, we put 10W40 in it. We went up like a solid grade of oil, instead of, you know, 10W30, because we live out in the desert. It's 120 degrees out here during the summer, or should I say 50 degrees Celsius during the summer. And we put 10W40 in it, and it literally lasted to 400,000 miles. We did nothing but change the brake pads and the oil on this car. We didn't have to change spark plugs, we didn't have to change timing belts, we didn't have to do anything. We just put, according to the manufacturer, insanely thick oil that my friend says shouldn't have had the motor run anyway. But we put 10W40 in it, and it lasted for 400,000 miles without skipping a beat. We never had a problem with it. Until it got totaled by a drunk person. Anyway, that's not the point. You know, and then this current Subaru we have, because it's 2005, it's only got 143,000 miles on it. It's got a rod knock because the oil's too thin and the bearings are worn out. You know, and you know, literally the second we put thicker oil into it, doesn't knock at all, because the mechanics and all that stuff were putting 10W30 in it. Or no, sorry, 5W30 in it. We put 10W40 in it. Not a single knock. Everything is fucking peachy in this motor now. And we had to change fan belts and spark plugs and do all this like heavy duty maintenance that we just never had to do in our old Forester. And it's like, you know, like if you take extra precautions and all that stuff, it'll keep your motor running. You know, take care of your motor, or take care of your car at any rate, and it'll last you forever. It doesn't matter what automaker it is. Standard maintenance, you know. And then obviously there's the exotic maintenance and all that stuff. Maybe I should road rage at that Mustang for pulling out in front of me for like it was a lot further on it was a lot closer IRL than it was on camera. Whatever. Anyway, you know, there are some things like most cars now you don't have to do the valves, but you know, you still gotta do timing belts and things that, you know, after a while they're just gonna break, or they're gonna start leaking. Sooner or later you're gonna have to change the seals. It doesn't matter, you know, how long you take care of it. You know, my mom's first Forester, the one that went to 400,000 miles, easily could have gone to 1,000,000 miles, and I'd say that with complete confidence. It could have easily gone way longer if it wasn't totaled, and we'd still have it today. And this was like 4 years ago. We put 60,000 miles on it every year, and yeah, just take care of your cars and they'll last. Simple as that. Damn, this thing runs ice cold when it, you know, Not a billion degrees outside. Now it's gonna climb to fucking 110 degrees. Fuck me, I'm blind. Even with, like, I need to wear sunglasses and have a mirrored visor out here. Yeah, I went from like 88 degrees to 94. This is stupid. My right hand's fucking numb. I need to stop driving with one hand. It's a high performance machine. I am fucking blind, dude. Oop, light green. I want to make a U-turn, but I can't here, so. And knowing my luck, there'd be a cop the one time I don't follow the street laws. And the one thing you gotta remember is, you know, when you're on a motorcycle, just keep up with traffic. That's really it. You know, if you're in the lead, go the speed limit. But if you're not, and you're like in a line, you're like halfway between the line, or there's someone ahead of you, and all that stuff, yeah, just keep up with traffic. It'll make life a lot easier for you. Merp. Yeah, I smell not goodness. It's not my tail. I know my tail's not burning. Kind of want to ride now. I don't really want to talk. I feel funny. And I don't feel funny talking to myself. I can talk to myself all fucking day long. I talk to myself even when I'm not on camera. It's a habit. I'm paranoid. I have paranoia. I don't know what the speed limit here is here. I think it's 45 or something like that. So I'll go 45. Way closer than it looks. Yeah, no, it's really not. It's probably gonna look miles away on camera, and it was miles away IRL, so. Stop riding with one hand. Goddamn ink. I applaud the people that jog this road, seriously, or even ride their bike. This is a 20-mile fucking road, dude. It's a long goddamn road. So when you jog this or you walk it, dude, good on you. I can only walk about a mile at a time before I need to stop. Before the bottom of my feet just fucking want to kill me. I really need to wash this bike. I'm not really sure where I want to take it though. You know, everybody's all like detailed, or at least the Ducati dealership and one of my mechanics. Well, the mechanic that I used to take to until I realized he was ripping me off. You know, it's like, detail it. And I was like, I don't want to get my bike detailed. You know, that's expensive when I could just take it to a power washer or a car wash with a self-service car wash. Actually, I'm pretty sure that I could go down to the Terrible Hearse down near my house, down on Blue Diamond, and go through that, because it's not one of those blade ones. It's not one of the ones with the wiper things. It's just a pure water thing. It would probably hurt, but anyway, it would be an interesting experience that I probably couldn't catch on video because my GoPro case isn't waterproof. Yeah, stop riding with one hand, Ink. Fuck. I really need to get a new visor. This thing is scratched up to all high hell. Like it's really hard to see. Why is it I'm driving so slow right now? At least I'm not driving as slow as the fucking car behind me. Holy crap. And lean into the turn for no reason. You know, that's one thing that GoPros just don't pick up, is how much you're leaning. Like, unless you get like an outside view, you know, and you compare the two, you can't tell on the video. I've seriously tried. Like on one video, like, you know, it feels like I'm getting pretty low, but then I look on video and it's like, yeah, it looks like you're vertical. I'm like, god damn it, that's so lame. You know, I have been on my bike more than I video or that I upload. It's just, you know, when I get home, it's like, do I really want to upload this video? You know, it's like, or it's just like, I feel like I'm complaining or something like that, and I don't want to upload it because I don't want to get the backlash, even though I only have 11 subscribers. Like, I don't know when, like, because when people get huge fame success on YouTube, it's not because, you know, it's almost out of pure luck these days. You know, in any recent year, it's almost pure luck to get, you know, a lot of YouTube hits, or like, excuse me, or to get, just like any new subscribers at all. Like, you gotta upload constantly, and like, it's actual work to do YouTube now. It's ridiculous. Instead of just uploading, you know, hey, I want to do this for fun, and that's what I'm doing. Is I'm just doing this for fun. I'm not actually trying to get YouTube hits or, you know, be super successful on YouTube. It's just not gonna happen. I know it's not gonna happen. And like, you know, there's the big time YouTubers, like, you know, when I first started, it wasn't gonna happen, or whatever. But the thing that they have to remember is most of the big time YouTubers connect with trends. You know, they keep up with trends, and I don't care. I want to live my life the way I want to live it, not how somebody else tells me to. Or, you know, I don't want to fit into the crowd, because it's boring to fit into the crowd, you know. Because then everybody likes the same thing, and even if you like the same thing, someone knows more than you do, even if you know the same amount, you know? It's just like, just do what you like. Don't sit there and be like, well, I did this because social media told me to. God, that's the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard. It's just like, I don't even remember coming down this road, actually. This always looks so different on the way back. And I'm not sure why. Because it is the same road. Oh God, it's so cold. It's so cold in the shade. Oh man, when you sit on this bike properly, without leathers, yeah, your ass gets hot. And it's not like, oh my God, I'm dying hot. It's just like, I sat on a heated seat in a car. You know, it's not as bad as what everybody was saying. Like, you know, one reviewer was like, you know, if you ever just want a vasectomy, just drive a Panigale around for a few hours. Oh, that was it was like, really? It doesn't get that hot, bro. It really doesn't. And it's like, I want to sit here and I want to ride around and I don't want to talk, but I can't help it. I need to be doing something other than writing, because right now I'm cruising. You know, I'm not sitting here winging it to red line and shifting constantly and like doing all these things, and you know, I'm not around traffic. So it's not like I want to be like, oh yeah, you know, it's not like it's taking up any of my time. You know, that's something that you need to notice in one of my videos, is every time I go full throttle, I shut the fuck up because I'm paying attention to something. You know, I'm using all of my focus to make sure that I don't die. You know? And it's just something that I'm never going to get over. I'm never going to be talking and driving. You know, I'm never going to talk and then just haul ass, because it's ridiculous. I need brain power to make sure that I don't die. One thing that I don't like about this bike, or the main thing, is once it gets hot, it stays hot. Very rarely does it cool down. Like, I can't get it back down into the 80s. Like, even though the temperature hasn't changed all that much, and I'm driving the same as I was before, I still can't get it down into the 80s anymore. It's going to stay 90 degrees until the end of my ride, and it's just gonna be bullshit.